Respect. 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 A lovely morning. We are back live for the day 3 of the ICC Under-19 Men's Cricket World Cup Africa Qualifier Division 2. And for today's game, it will be Nigeria up against Rwanda. And Nigeria, being the home team, Captain Raymond will do the flip. Heads is the call. And it is heads. Jasper, please come up. Congratulations on winning the toss.
Thank you.
And please tell us, what would you love to do first and why?
I'm gonna do first, but first we want to chase 250 and above because you have long line-up batting. Yeah.
And talking about 250, chasing the third win in the tournament will give you a slight chance to qualify for Division 1. What are you guys looking forward to?
We are looking forward to use our all energies because it's like our final matches. We're gonna do hard work and be patient because Nigeria look like a hard team, so we need to fight. Yeah.
And all the very best.
Thank you.
Raymond, if you would have won the toss, what would you have opted to do first?
Yeah, I was actually hoping to bat first.
And now that you guys are going to bowl first, what sort of total that you guys are looking forward to restrict Rwanda to?
We're looking to resist them under 130, 150 runs. Then we chase.
And again, chasing more wins to give yourselves a chance. What is it that you guys are looking forward to?
Yeah, hopefully we get our second win today and look at what will be on the table.
All the very best.
Thank you.
That was it from the middle here. Team Rwanda winning the toss and opting to have a bat first. A very, very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're watching from. This is Kigali, the GAHANGA International Cricket Stadium. It is day 3, game number 7 on GAHANGA A, game number 8 on GAHANGA B, and game number 9 in IPRC Kigali Cricket Oval. And on this particular encounter, Team Nigeria taking on Team Rwanda, and Team Rwanda winning the toss and immediately decided to bat first. Nigeria will be looking forward to register their second win in the tournament, as Rwanda will be eyeing for the third consecutive win, and that will give them a slight opportunity to qualify for Division 1. And only if they go on and win today's game, it will not give them an automatic qualification, but at least it will give them a chance for qualification. And Team Nigeria will be looking forward to keep the momentum going to register their second win after beating Ghana on day 2 and that was a Monday. And of course, to open the batting for Team Rwanda is Cedric Chizuzo alongside Kwizera Fabrice. Cedric Chizuzo, the aggressive batter from the word go. Fabrice as well can go on and be the same, but with him, he would love to spend some time on the wicket. Of course, Chizuzo Cedric will love to do the same, but with the intent, with the approach that he uses, that is Cedric Chizuzo for you. And to open the bowling for Team Nigeria, first ball up and beautifully bowled, back of a length delivery. And what a pitch of a delivery to kick things off with a dot ball. The morale from the Nigerians, the loud voices of theirs trying to pile up pressure from the Watgo, and Abdullah Ismail to open the bowling from the pavilion end. Second ball up. Cedric goes for a swing, and the umpire will start widening the arms. It is a wide delivery. Previously, we saw Team Rwanda again scoring a mammoth total 302 all out in 48.5 overs, and it was Cedric Chizuzo and Fabrice Kwizera to kick things off, and beautifully done. 3 balls, but again 2 legal deliveries. With the captain Jasper scoring a half century on day 2, 51 of 43 with 3 maximums, 4 boundaries. Wide delivery, 2 in the over, and runs on board for Team Rwanda as they upload. And Team Nigeria having registered their first win against Team Ghana, with Ghana won the toss and batted first. Nigeria came hard, restricting them to just 93 all out. And solid defense from Cedric. It is very good to give yourself a chance earlier on, giving yourself an opportunity to take the game on. And again, the patience will play a massive role going forward to the Rwandans. More and more extras as David Odiambo, all the way from Kenya, will be the bowler's end umpire, as well as Isaac Oyeko, again, all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. Fourth delivery coming. Cedric trying to maneuver that particular delivery, but gets beaten. Cedric yet to get off the mark. And Fabrice yet to face a delivery. We are still in the first over. And this time round, Cedric being very cautious, very cautious from the word go. Yet to try anything yet. And that is the way to go. 50 overs, you've got to give yourself a chance. Last delivery. And a solid defense as well to end over number 1. 3 runs on board for naught. The 3 runs, they're extras. 3 wides in the over. But from those particular deliveries that were extras, the rest is trying to hit the deck hard, back over length, and for sure that's the way to go. The dugout, the coaches, the team management, and the players as well. Still very early. Can't say that pressure is building. There is nothing like pressure. Still in the second over. Over number 2 to come from the airport end is Okasha Isiaku. And it will be wide. More and more extras coming. Isiaku bowling a beautiful spell of 7 overs, picked up 1 wicket, conceded only 15 runs. And beautifully done. Runs from the bat this time round. And it will be a single from Fabrice Quizera, who gets off the mark in style with that one delivery that he faced straight off the mark. And runs on board again from the bat this time round. An edge, and that beautifully done by the fielder in the deep. What was looking like a boundary brings the ball inside the rope, runs across, picks it up and throws it back in. A single will be taken. An outside edge was Cedric, who gets off the mark as well after facing 7 deliveries. Captain Jasper winning the toss, straight up batting first, wanting to post 250, and 250 will give them a slight opportunity. And mentioning the batting depth, an appeal, the umpire nodding his head. Think I mistakenly called Isaac Oyeko as the bowler's end umpire currently. He is Elisio Chinsonso from Mozambique, standing in today on this particular encounter with David Odiambo. 3 dot balls in a row. Have gotten 3 runs in the over, including a wide delivery, 2 singles, with 1 more delivery to come as Okasha completes his first over and the second of the inning. That's up in the air. And it lands safely as we complete over number 2 and 6 runs on board for naught. Team Nigeria looking at giving themselves a chance to win the second. And the skipper mentioning the restriction to the Rwandans that 130 will do the math for Team Nigeria. They want to restrict Rwanda under 130. And on Monday, playing against Ghana, talking about the restriction, he said 120, and for sure they did. And Abdullahi Ismail starting off with a wide delivery, having bowled 4 wides so far, yet to concede a run from the bat. And of course, the batters will be looking forward to spend some time on the wicket. A quick single, and a quick single will be taken. A loud call from Cedric, knowing exactly that I will arrive safely. A single will be taken. With Nigeria previously Precious Ayeni alongside Prince Will Chigodzi, the left-arm spinner, tormented Ghanaians batters. With Chigodzi bowling 10 overs, 5 maidens, 9 runs conceded and picked up 1 wicket. With Precious bowling 8, 5 maidens, 9 runs conceded and picked up 2 wickets. And this was a very, very good spell from the 2 bowlers. This time round, they decided to open 2 seamers. A loud appeal, and the umpire thinks otherwise. Kwizera Fabrice trying to go a bit across the line. If we can take a look at that again, that particular delivery that went straight into the pads. And this time now, Abdullahi decides to ask so many questions to Kwizera Fabrice. More and more extras coming. Abdullahi not getting it really, not being able to control his lines and lengths. Of course, the lengths looking very okay, but the line now struggling this early. And struggling to control that swing. Of course, he will not be happy for that. Let's see how he decides to get back. A slight edge and finds a fielder in the deep who does the fielding. And they will settle for just a single to make it 2 digits on board, 10 runs on board for naught, 2.4 overs. Cedric will be on strike with 2 more deliveries to come. And a dot ball it will be. Having seen what Cedric did on the very first game against Mozambique and the approach this time round. Totally different players. But now that that depends on now what is the mindset like, what is the approach, what's the plan for the team going forward. And Cedric, having understood very well the assignment, will be trying to go on and give the team something, give the team the foundation that they need going forward. And over number 3, 10 runs for naught. Okasha to get back for the second. More and more extras for Team Nigeria. More and more extras. Now, 4 runs from the bat. Should be more wide. Hitting the deck hard. It is good, but now, how well is it going to be effective? How well can it be effective even more? He's now trying to ask so many questions to the Rwandans, putting stumps in play, attacking very early, give the batters an opportunity to make mistakes, pace off delivery, and that goes straight into the keeper's hands. Now on the other side, it is Team Mozambique who won the toss and have decided to bat first. Team Mozambique yet to announce themselves in the tournament. An appeal that goes down the leg, and it should be a leg bite. Finds a deep, fine leg fielder who does the fielding. It's now Mozambique are on 8 runs for 1 in 4 overs, playing against Sierra Leone under 19 mains. And that is muscled powerfully and in the long off region, and that goes all the way to the boundary. Boundary number 1 for Cedric and boundary number 1 for Team Rwanda. Much fuller and beautiful looking shot. Nothing like the front foot in the line of the ball, but the rest perfectly because it was hit hard through the gap and finds a boundary. It is Okasha now giving away a boundary, and Cedric moves to 6 runs on his name. And leaving that one with 2 more deliveries to come. With now IPRC Cricket Oval, Uganda won the toss and immediately decided to bat first. Uganda are on 21 for naught after 4.5 overs. And very well defended. And to someone who normally knows Cedric Kuzuzo, you you would ask yourself so many questions that what is really happening to Cedric. He is very aggressive regardless of the format that he's playing. But what goes on in the mind is what matters the most because he knows what is at stake. He knows what this game means to himself, Team Rwanda, and Rwanda as a whole. That simply gives him a chance to go on and spend some time on the wicket. And the beauty of longer versions, the more you stay, the more you get composed, the more you get positive, the more you score runs. And it is the best thing that you can expect from the opening batters. And Cedric now being very defensive in a way that people do not know about him, which is very good for him and the team as well. Abdullahi comes back, trying to go across the line again. Now, two balls have gone straight into the pads. The umpire thinking otherwise, not interested at all. And it is Abdullahi who keeps to ask so many questions. Attacking very early will tempt the batters to try something. Punched down the ground, finds covers fielder for not. Beautifully done. That goes all the way. And the fielding in the dip, beautifully done. And those will be buys. And the batters decides to just run a single. They will take that any day long at any given particular day. 18 runs for not. It is beautifully defended by Cedric. And this is the beauty of this particular tournament because you have to learn going in, I mean, you learn in the tournament. As the tournament goes on, players get improvements. Comes down the ground, swings, and misses is Cedric. As tournament goes, people get, oh, not just people, but players get to understand their own game. They tend to own their own game. And that, of course, helps the growth of that particular player as well as the team. Trying to go through the covers, finds nothing to complete over number 5, 18 for not. And Okasha to ball over number 6 from the airport end. And beautifully bowled. Fabrice gets beaten on that particular delivery. It was Rwanda who won the toss the other day. And Team Sierra Leone, that's up in the air. There should be a chance. Not taken. Not taken, really. Fabrice Kwizera not putting some power behind that shot. The ball lands safely right in front of Bright Nyong, who was right there running in, gave it a bit of a dive, but goes in vain, just like that. And Okasha trying to create opportunities for Team Nigeria. That was a chance that went begging just like that. And in most occasions, you'll be like, let's move in with the bowler. Beautifully done. Guides that into the third man region for a single. And at times you'll be like, move in with the bowler. And the fielders will be like, moving in just 2 steps. It's always very good to walk in with the bowler and get ready for anything. Get ready for whatever comes your way. To me, it was a chance, not just a half chance. Okasha bowling a dot ball after dot ball, just 2 runs from this particular over. In this encounter, just 1 boundary that came from Chizo Cedric's blade from a long off region. And 1 more delivery to come. How well can he close off the over? Just like that, with a dot ball. Over number 6 done, 20 for now. July comes back to ball over number 7. Oh my goodness! That is a beautiful looking catch behind the stumps. And Abdullahi Ismail will have to get a breakthrough. Fast ball and fast ball wicket. Shot number 99 is Cedric Chizozo. Will have to depart. And Nigeria, look at that. Beautifully done, asking so many questions. And look beautiful. It wasn't even the keeper, but fast slip fielder. The coordination. Look at that. The ball got stuck, really. He made sure that he kept watching the ball all through. It came straight. The keeper missed, went straight into the hands of that slip fielder. And Rwanda losing their first. And Rwanda is on now 20-1 after 6.1 overs. As now Captain Jasper Nziza will have to come in and finding Kwizera. Fabrice, who is on 3 of 17 balls. Beautifully done by Abdullahi Ismail, who registers his first wicket. And Jasper, back-to-back half centuries from him. And how will he go on and deliver today? Is the question, and we can only wait and find out. White ball. Having bowled and conceded 8 runs, so far picked up 1. That has to race all the way to the boundary, and it will be 4 byes. And the Rwandans will take that any day, because runs are runs whichever way they come. That did not carry. Beats the batter, the keeper, and everyone, and races all the way to the boundary. As the score moves 25 now for 1. And gets back in style with a dot ball. Jasper yet to get off the mark, but still very early. And Jasper playing his second under-19 tournament. And of course, alongside some other individuals, Onesme Kwizera, Patrick Iradukunda, as well as Kyuzo Elise, the vice captain. And those will have to contribute massively, with Patrick Iradukunda missing out on today's encounter, with Team Rwanda resting the seamer Gilbert Tangishaka, as David Rukundo, the left-arm spinner, gets in on this particular encounter, as well as Jules Mugisha, who gets an opportunity this time round. More and more extras from Abdullahi Ismail, and that goes straight into the keeper's hands. Jasper, he is having his best of the times with the game itself, with now Monday's game against Sierra Leone. A slight edge, an outside edge. Fielders looking very tight as we get to the closure of over number 7, 26 for 1 is Team Rwanda. Okasha comes back. That's up in the air. Will this be a chance? Not really. The ball lands safely. And good enough. The ball goes into the boundary. The outfield does the favor to the Rwandans in the vacant area, empty territory, and that goes all the way to the boundary. Goes a bit of across the line, but the elevation on that particular ball gave it a chance to get to the boundary. 4 runs on Fabrice Kwizera's name. Uses the wrists and guides that to fine leg. Gets a single. And a beautiful way to start over number 8. As Uganda is playing against Ghana. And Uganda now are on 46 for 2 after 9, losing 2 wickets. Samuel and Ritesh Patel. And beautifully done by the captain himself, who gets back on strike. Yet to get off the mark is Jasper. He takes his time. But by the time he gets off the mark and starts going with the scoring runs, he's unstoppable in the 2 games that Rwanda had played. Beautiful looking shot, hitting the deck hard, and Jasper being very clever enough, taps on that one, goes over the infield behind the keeper and goes all the way to the boundary. Look at that. Beautifully done. And there was no chance whatsoever for the fielders to take that. Boundary number 2. Pardon. The previous boundary was for Kwizera Fabrice. This one is Jasper Nziza, who gets off the mark with the boundary. And this looking to be the biggest of the overs. 10 runs from this particular over with one more delivery to complete over number 8. And closing off overs now. Dot ball to close the over. 36 for 1 after 8. Raymond to ball over number 5 of his spell. Abdullah is the bowler. And that was hit into the covers. They will get nothing out of that. Is Team Rwanda. Kwizera Fabrice, 8 runs on his name, 20 balls faced. And beautifully bowled. What a picture of a delivery that is. Hitting the deck hard is the Nigerians. Abdullahi Ismail, to be specific. Bowling 5 overs on the trot. How and when will Nigeria now? Beautifully done, guiding that into the third man region for a single. The Rwandans very very eager for the qualification, with Nigeria having gotten their chance at the World Cup. Rwanda having played Division 1 just once, and that was 2021 when the Africa qualifier was held in Kigali, Rwanda, where Team Uganda qualified for the Under 19 World Cup in the West Indies. Beautifully done by Kwizera Fabrice. 3 singles in a row. Abdullah hitting the deck hard, and Fabrice and Jasper finding ways to maneuver the field. An edge, and guess what? Abdullah will get his second. And this time round, the keeper does the business behind the stumps. It is the Rwandans losing their second. And this time round, it is the captain himself departing and will have to get back to make his way back into the dugout. Look at that. Beautifully done by the keeper. Jasper trying to access the covers region and perishes. 39 for 2 after 9. Onesme Kwizera comes in, joining Fabrice. Unbeaten Fabrice Kwizera, 10 off 23. And Onesme will be on the other side, the non-striking end. Okasha Isiaku comes back to bowl over number 10. And the last over of the power play starts off with a dotted delivery. Jasper Nziza having scored a half century, 2 back-to-back. This time round doesn't take long and departs after scoring departs after scoring only 5 runs off 11 deliveries with 1 boundary on his name. Now Onesme has a lot of work to do together with Fabrice as well as Samuel Irakoze. There is as well Elise Giozo who had earned himself the Player of the Match award on the first game. Eric Hagenimana again with the bat in hand, hitting the deck hard, but gets nothing. Four dot balls. Beautifully done by Fabrice Quizera. Gets a single from that. Hitting the deck hard, trying to make use of the slipped fielders is the bowler Okasha. One more delivery to complete the over. Dot ball to end the over. And power play done. 10 overs done, and 40 for 2 is what the scoreboard is reading. Change of bowling from the pavilion end. It will be Emmanuel Maladejo coming in to bowl. And Quizera Fabrice gets beaten straight into the hands of the keeper. Use of the wrist, and we'll get a single from that. And Onesme Quizera yet to get off the mark. And will be coming on strike. Again, a chance in slips and put down. Spin introduction into the attack earlier on. And Onesme Quizera goes hard down the ground, finding the fielder in the deep who does the fielding. Just a single as Nesme Kwizera gets off the mark after facing 3 deliveries. And it's beautifully done because with the amount of time that they have got, cleans him over is Emmanuel Oladejo, and will get the last love, earns himself a wicket. Coming into the attack, fast over, and gets a breakthrough as the Rwandans lose their third. It is now 42 for 3 after 11 as Kwizera Fabrice will have to depart. Beautifully done, beautifully bowled. That turned square and comes back into the batter, meeting the stumps, and the timbers was scattered. 42 for 3 after 11. Yakoze Samuel joining Onesme Kwizera. Again with Kenneth Boniface comes into the attack after getting 4 wickets previously against Ghana. And he will be looking at now trying to disorganize the batting lineup of Team Rwanda. And it will be now up to the batters. How well can they keep things going? Up in the air. And guess what? Onesme loses the patience. Hits that one outside edge and goes into the hands of the point fielder as Rwanda lose their fourth. And now the batters. It will be now the game for the batters. With Rwanda having a very good batting depth, now losing their key batters will give them a hard time going forward. Look at that. Trying to go hard over the infield, an outside edge, and goes into the hands. Goes into the hands of Emmanuel Oladejo, who just picked up a wicket on the other side, on the other end. And 42 for 4 after 11 overs. Shot number 46, Eric Hayenimana joins Samuel Irakoze. the newly coming batters, 2 new batters in the crease. How are they going to keep the scoreboard ticking, not losing wickets in clusters? That will be the question, and we can only wait and find out later on. Samuel Irakoze previously scored a half century on day one, the first game. Rwanda played against Mozambique, and on the second game against Sierra Leone, Samuel Irakoze scored a 30 off a 34. Now dealing in 30s and 50s. How well is he going now to keep things going for Team Rwanda? And beautifully bowled by Kenneth Boniface. Registers his first maiden and a maiden wicket. 42 for 4 after 12 overs. Emmanuel Oladejo start picking up that 1 wicket of Kwizera Fabrice, conceding 2 runs, and now comes back to bowl his second. Will be a wide delivery. And the good thing that Emmanuel is doing is giving the ball enough turn to allow the batters to make a mistake. Like on that particular delivery that got Kwizera Fabrice, it got back inside the batter, and that was it. Beautifully done. What a shot that is. Goes down on one knee is Samuel Irakoze, who gets off the mark in style with a boundary. And beautifully done. Look at that. Knowing where the ball is turning to, playing with the turn, goes down on one knee and 4 runs. Rwanda cruising into the 50s with the runs column looking very good. But now the wickets column. Is he getting more? There is a chase. They'll try to get back for a double, and they will settle for just a single. And of course, that's the beauty of now a batter who understands and who plays with the turn. And that will be very effective when it is a right-handers like Samuel playing with the turn, managing to maneuver the field whichever way he pleases. An appeal, the umpire thinks otherwise, not interested at all. That goes into the pads, and with the turn as well. Trying to go for a cut, goes on the back foot. And you have to be very cautious going forward. With one more delivery to come, closing off the over. Gets nothing and finishes the over with a dot ball. 48 for 4 after 13 overs. Now kids standing up for their big brothers. And so many of these kids are looking up to their big brothers. And of course, some of the players in Team Rwanda have gone through the same system, the same structure. Growing up from Gahanga is Jasper Nziza, Onesme Kwizera, Patrick Iradukunda, and to mention but a few. I'm very sure many of them, seeing them grow was the luckiest thing that has ever happened to me. Now seeing them playing internationals, that is beautiful. Kenneth Boniface to continue from the airport end. And beautifully done. Beautiful use of the wrist is Samuel Irakoze and gets another boundary. And take a look at that. Knowing where the gaps are and knowing how to go about the off spinners. Earns himself a second boundary, and 4 runs will be added as Rwanda gets into the 50s now. Beautifully done. Cuts that one, finds Emmanuel at point, gives nothing away whatsoever. And Kenneth Boniface hits hard into the vacant area, but hold on, because this is a beautiful looking catch of what was looking to be a boundary and now turns out to be a wicket. Samuel Irakoze goes under that one, plays with the turn. The connection wasn't enough to clear the rope. And what a catch that is. Putting in all the efforts needed to hold on to that one. Samuel Irakoze will have to depart after hitting those two boundaries, just scoring 9 runs on his name. This time round, Rwanda will have to lose their fifth, 52 for 5, just 9 runs off 7 deliveries. Kenneth Boniface to continue as he registers his second. Him picking 4 wickets against Team Ghana. And of course, there's nothing beautiful like consistency. Can he keep the things going for him and for Team Nigeria? Gets his second. And let's see now how this will turn out to be as we get to the closure of over number 14, 52 for 5. Emmanuel to continue. tries to sneak in a single, but the fielders, the Nigerians, not giving anything away. And for sure, Nigerians, when they put you under the pump, they'll make sure that they hold on to that. Trying to go for a sweep. And a wide delivery. Emmanuel and the keeper not feeling so well behind the stumps. Holding on to that one. And it would have injured him as he will be attended to by the physio. 53 for 5 after 14.2. How long will the Rwandans go on, and how long will it take them to get to 250 as the skipper mentioned? Drinks break and we'll get back shortly. Emmanuel comes back after the drinks break. With the drinks break, brings its own things. The intervals at sometimes might break the momentum of teams. Hits that one hard down the ground. A run out opportunity. Not taken. Eric had taken off way earlier trying to sneak in a single. Gihozo Elise not interested at all, but it was for their own good. And Eric Hagenimana, if you see a player playing such kind of a stroke, obviously he is trying to take on bowlers, which is very understandable. But what situation are you in that will allow you to play with that approach? Because the wickets column, beautiful shot, but again, another one bites the dust for Rwanda. Hits that one powerfully, but goes in vain because it went straight into the hands of a mid-off fielder. Pardon, it was a mid-on fielder. Look at that. Kenneth Boniface will have to take that one comfortably as Nigeria gets Rwanda on the throat. 53 for 6. And after picking up the first wicket is Emmanuel Oladejo on the last delivery of the over, and gets his second on the last delivery of the over. 53 for 6 after 15. Mugisha Izere Bruce joining Elise Gihozo, who is yet to get off the mark. And Nigerians, Kenneth Boniface to get back. And guess what? That looked to be an opportunity behind the stumps. And the wicketkeeper puts that one down. That big wicket of Elise Gihozo hits hard down the ground, and they will go nowhere. The fielders very, very tight in the infield, having only deep mid wicket in place. As Mozambique loses almost all of their wickets in clusters. 67 for 9 in 15.2 overs. Sierra Leone doing things for themselves, trying to register their first win in the tournament, with now Team Uganda beautiful looking shot is Elise Gihozo, gets off the mark in style with a boundary. Beautifully done, and the fielder didn't know what happened whatsoever. Gets a boundary, adding to the total. 57 for 6 now, as IPRC Kigali Cricket Oval. Uganda on 59 for 2 after 11.5 overs. Goes for a sweep, gets a single in the deep to complete the over. 16 overs done, 58 for 6. with Emmanuel picking up the previous wicket, will be trusted to get back into the attack. With now the two batters in, they will have cleans him over just before I finish this sentence. And Emmanuel Oladejo proves me wrong. He will prove me wrong for sure because he gets a breakthrough again, another wicket, the third in his spell. Look at that. Stays low, and Elise gets on the back foot, plays across the line, and the Timbers will be scattered, and he will have to depart as Team Rwanda loses their seventh. 5 of 10 is Elise Gihozo. And Team Rwanda now will be on 58 for 7 in just 16.2 overs. Emmanuel to continue. Jean-Paul Rukundo. Jean-Paul Rukundo will be the batter to join Bruce Izere Mugisha. Both of them yet to get off the mark. Two newly batters in the crease as Emmanuel torment Rwandans for sure, and beats everyone, and they will run, gets a single, and this time round in terms of extras, leg buys, and Bruce Mugisha will come on strike, yet to face a delivery. And Mugisha, two deliveries faced, dot balls, and over number 17 done, 59 for 7. Kenneth Boniface, two dot balls in a row. Jean-Paul Rukundo, four deliveries faced, yet to get off the mark. and he will have to be very handy with the bat to give the Rwandans a fighting total on board. It is 4 in a row. The Nigerians looking very tight, having picked 7 wickets of Team Rwanda. And there will be, the confidence will be very high going into. Oh my goodness, another one. And Jean-Paul Rukundo nicks that one into the keeper's hands. And the keeper can only do that as Rwanda lose their 8th. 59 for 8 after 18 overs. The keeper was very, very clear and very sure that Jean-Paul had nicked that one. Facing 8 balls for naught. $59 for 8 after 18. Emmanuel comes back. Is Mugisha Bruce, who is on strike, as Jules Mugisha joining Bruce to keep the proceedings going. With Izere Mugisha Bruce understanding well the assignment, making sure that nothing goes through the gate. And 4 in a row is Mugisha. It is 5 in a row, 5 dot balls in a row for Emmanuel Oladejo. Last delivery. And a maiden over. Over number 19, 59, pardon, for 8. Kenneth Boniface to get back from the airport end. And Jules will be on strike, having gotten the opportunity this time round. An age, very healthy, because this one is racing all the way, and it gets to the boundary. Gilles gets off the mark with a boundary on his name. Look at that. Beats the keeper, beats the fielder, punches that, and gets a boundary is Mugisha Gilles. With Nigeria having restricted Team Ghana on 93, it should be a single. And Mugisha Izele had arrived just like yesterday. Single taken. And just like Nigeria restricted Team Ghana on 93, all out in 39 overs. Obviously, again, another chance that went begging just like that. And it will earn them, they will earn themselves a boundary as Izere Mugisha Bruce gets off the mark with a boundary as well. 2 in the over. 9 runs in this particular over. Much needed runs from the two batters. Slips fielders not doing justice to Team Nigeria. And 20 overs done, 68 for 8 is Team Rwanda. And Abdullahi will be trusted to get back into the attack. And you could see the thinking from the captain, bringing back his premier bowlers to try and get some wickets. Only 2 wickets they need to restrict Rwanda to a certain total. Hits that one hard into the gap, and no doubt this should race all the way to the boundary, and it does. Jules Mugisha cuts that one, finds the gap, and finds the boundary. Beautiful looking shot. The timing, the placement, beautiful. Into the 70s now. 72 is what the scoreboard is reading. Going at 3 runs and over, with the projected score reading 177. And Mugisha Jules will be looking for even more. as Uganda get to 70 run mark, 70 for 3 after 15 overs. As Gilles holds his nerve going forward. And Gilles hands himself 2 boundaries. That was one of the biggest of the overs. Abdullahi Ismail pace off and ages that one. They should be a couple, and they will be able to get back for the second. As the spectators here at Gahanga A, Rwanda, Nigeria, they've come through to support Team Rwanda. And of course, they will be applauding for whatever runs that the batters will have to contribute. One more delivery. Oh, good Lord. And Gilles Mugisha trying to maneuver the field, trying to pick the gaps. And will have to depart. Nicks that one straight into the keeper's hands as Abdullahi Ismail does the business for Team Nigeria. That is a beautiful looking delivery and does what the captain has sent him to do. What the captain was asking for is exactly that. Strike, you are the strike bowler. You are the premier bowler. You've got to do the business. And Team Rwanda losing their ninth, 74 for 9 after 21 overs. 4 wickets that Rwanda had lost and have lost them on the last delivery of the over. David Rukundo comes in to join Bruce Mugisha, who is on 4 of 10 deliveries. Kenneth Boniface to continue from the airport end. Mugisha is at a Bruce. Despite that delivery being a wide, he was trying to take on the bowler. Now decided to swing hard. And very sloppy in the deep by the fielder. The ball races away, but the chase saves 2 runs for Nigeria. And they pick up a double. It will be Bruce Mugisha. Kenneth. And a dot ball. 3 deliveries left. Nigeria in need of 1 wicket. An appeal. He could see how much they want it. They want it so bad that Kenneth Boniface will have to get the 4th. We can only wait and find out. The captain mentioning 130 as the restriction to Team Rwanda. And so far, they've done so well with the ball. with the ball in hand. There was a chance for a catch, but went begging just like that as we get to the closure of over number 22, 78 for 9. With the bowling scorecard of Team Nigeria, Abdullah Ismail 3 wickets, and he had really done a massive job, conceding 18 runs, 3 wickets apiece, as well as Emmanuel Oladejo. Now getting back to ball, trying to see if he can, he can get himself the 4th wicket, as well as bowling out Team Rwanda. But Mugisha will not allow that just like that. Mugisha can do that all day long. 3 dot balls, and Mugisha is at a Bruce will not have any issues with that as long as he is still standing together with David Rukundo. Bounced shot. Mugisha not able to try anything. Of course, the bowler will try and give you, he will try and make sure that you make a mistake. But again, is Mugisha Bruce really interested in that? He will let that one go as well to make it 4 dot balls, with the Nigerians wanting to bat fast in the morning. After losing the toss, the skipper mentioning we would have opted to bat first if we would have won the toss. But now, with the look of things looking to be going their way at this particular stage of the game, everything is very possible. It is a cricket. It is a game of cricket. We all know what it offers at the end of the day. One more delivery. And a dot ball to end over number 23. 79 for 9. And this time round, David Rukundo will be on strike. Okasha Isiaku being trusted to get back into the attack, having Third man, keep fine leg in place. And that will be it. And that will be it for Team Rwanda. And Rwanda finishes on 79 all out in 23.1 overs. And now it will be up for Team Nigeria to go on and chase down the score. And exactly did what they expected themselves to do, restricting Rwanda under 130, as the captain mentioned at the toss. Nigeria will be in need of 80 runs to win from the whole allotted 50 overs. And the batting scorecard, Fabrice Kwizera 12 of 32, with Mugisha finishing on unbeaten 7 of 22. 11 of 10 was Gilles Mugisha. Not a lot really to talk about with the batting scorecard. And a number of 22 extras were bowled by the bowlers, the Nigerians. Kizuzo Cedric, Fabrice Kwizera, the standout partnership, 20 of 37, 19 of 17, Jasper and Fabrice, and 15 of 18, Jules and Izere Mugisha Bruce. With the batting scorecard, only 4 bowlers managed to take the Rwanda wickets. 3 wickets apiece, Abdullahi, Emmanuel, as well as Kenneth Boniface, 3 wickets apiece, as Okasha gets the last wicket with the economy of 1 is Emmanuel Oladejo, conceding 9 runs in 5 overs. And the bowlers did massively, as now Rwanda posting 79 all out in 23.1 overs, and Nigeria under 19 men's will be needing 80 runs from 50 overs. We'll get back shortly for the run chase.
Respect. 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 Respect.
And we will be back. We are back for the ranches. Rwanda in the morning are the toss, winning the toss and decided to bat first and posting 79 all out in 23.1 overs. And Nigeria, in response, they will be needing 80 runs to win from their whole allotted 50 overs. Ali Rahman, the captain, to open the batting for Team Nigeria and will be on strike. And on the other side, shot number 77 is Hosanna. Hosanna Omonkobio on the other side, the non-striker. And Jean-Paul Rukundo to open the bowling for Team Rwanda from the pavilion end as the umpire David Odiambo calls play and fast ball up and running. Driven powerfully, nicely, and just like a trace of a bullet that races all the way to the boundary. And what a way to get off the mark. Beautiful looking shot. Offered full. And a beautiful looking shot. Off the mark. In style with the boundary. As he opens his runs account as well as Nigeria runs account. And getting back in style with a dot ball. Now offering back over length delivery. Third delivery coming. Trying to go for a cut. Trying to go for a cut shot, but the ball goes straight into the keeper's hands. Is this keeper, Ali Rahman. He would have batted fast if he would have forced a start from the bowler. And the captain Ali, having lost the toss that didn't work in his favor. But again, looking at how the bowlers came out, it turned out to be that the fact that the toss didn't work in their favor, they did whatever they had to do to bowl Rwanda out on 79. And this is the ICC Under-19 Men's Cricket World Cup Africa qualifier. It is Division 2. 3 teams to qualify for Division 1. And allowed appeal. And the umpire not interested at all. It will be a dot ball. 4 dot balls in a row after conceding that boundary on the very first ball of the second innings. Last ball to complete over number 1. And it will be just a single to complete the over. And 5 runs on board after 1 over. And to bowl over number 2 from the airport end will be Mugisha Izere Bruce. Locks on the back foot, trying to not allow Nigerians to sneak in a single. And it will be Ali still keeping the strike. And beautifully done by the bowler. driven and punched powerfully down the ground, finding Kwizera Fabrice in the deep, and does the fielding. Will settle for just a single, and Mugisha, just that the wicket is not favoring spin that much in this particular tournament. And normally, he is a very, very good spinner. Varies the pace on, and finds, and that finds the fielder at short fine leg. More and more dot balls. Some field changes, having a long on as well as deep square leg. One more delivery and into the block hole, and that is a dot ball to finish over number 2. The score reads 6 runs on board after losing nothing. Yet to lose a wicket, and looking forward to keep the proceedings going. It is a Team Nigerian, the dugout looking very composed, looking very okay. They've done their job in the first innings, and 74 more runs needed from 288 balls. A lot of balls, and beautifully done. Had a bit of outside off stump, and of course you would love to keep stumps into play. And the fact that you had set a very low total, very low scores, actually low scores in most occasions, will give you a hard time, but depends on how you approach the total. And for the Rwandans, they only need at least to pick up wickets earlier on to pile up pressure. As well as Nigerians, they'll need to pile up pressure with trying to keep the strike rotation going. But the mountain to climb is not that high, and it is now up to them. The captain in already on 6, with Omankobio on not after facing 3 deliveries. An appeal. The umpire gives away nothing. More and more dot balls. An inside edge that races all the way. The fielder does so well in the deep. David Rukundo does so well and saves 2 runs for the team. And beautifully bowled by Jean-Paul Rukundo. 2 runs from that particular delivery. And last delivery coming. And what a way to finish off the over. 8 for naught after 3 overs. Mugisha to continue from the airport end. Falls start from him, and we'll have to get back. With Uganda still going 177 for 5 in 36 overs. And the Ghanaians having bowled so well so far. They've done so well with their bowling. 14 more overs to go. As well as Mozambique. A loose ball, and it gets the treatment it deserves. That runs all the way to the boundary. Is Hosanna. Look at that. Good use of the wrist. And it will be no balls. Mr. David Odiambo having indicated that for no balls. And the free hit. Maximization and properly maximized. And look at that. It flies over and it goes out of the pack, out of Gahanga for a maximum. The biggest. And look at that. Good use of the feet. Comes down the ground. Gives everything to the ball and beautifully treated. And that is the treatment of a free hit to make it 19 runs for naught. And the fourth over running. Mugisha to continue after conceding 11 runs in just one ball. At times, the game doesn't do you a favor, doesn't do justice to you as a bowler. But, and look at that, beautifully played down the leg. And the ball slashed the pads and runs all the way to the boundary. And more runs in this particular over. 15 runs now from 5 deliveries. One more to come. too short, but Osana decides to survive on that particular delivery. To complete over number 4, 23 for naught. So Jean-Paul Lukundo to continue from the pavilion end. Hits that one powerfully. Finds the gap. And the ball is racing all the way. And the ball finds a boundary. Runs leaking for Team Rwanda. Piercing through the gap, through the offside. Having bowled it way outside off stump. And Ali, very good hands, throws the hands and gets a boundary. It was beautifully done. Same ball, same results is Jean-Paul Rukundo. With now Sierra Leone chasing 90. Now on 33 for naught for no loss after 7.5 overs. Going down the leg, a run out opportunity, hit straight, and it is not out. And beautiful effort with the fielding. Cut away powerfully, nicely. Goes over point fielder, that is Gilles Mugisha, who gave it a dive, but the dive goes in vain. Just like that, 2 boundaries in the over. Too wide to be treated just like that. Team Rwanda yet to get a breakthrough. One more delivery to complete over number 5. And Nigerians, they are cruising for sure. Driven nicely. Quick single it will be. To complete over number 5 with a single. 32 for no loss after 5. With Omonkobia on 10 off 10, striking it at exactly 100. And Ali, the captain, 17 off 21. Very good contributions from the 2 batters. And that gave them 32 runs, and 32 still gives them the whole opportunity in the whole opportunities in the world to go on and chase 48 more runs needed from 270 balls. Talking about the overs left, 45 overs left. Unless you don't lose wickets, driven powerfully, a chance for a run out not taken. Onesme Kwizera not allowing anything to go through the covers region. Having long off and deep extra cover in place. And of course, having extra cover allows the Nigerians to sneak in a single. Punches that one off the back foot. And again, having extra cover. Still very early, you just need to attack. Will allow the batters to keep trying and find that particular gap. And how well can you do that you keep piling on pressure to the batters? On the back foot, and David gets 2 dot balls in a row, giving away just one in this particular over. His very first over. Offers full, and look at the treatment. That's the only thing you can expect. Omonkobio gets another boundary on his name, and for Team Nigeria, beautifully treated, straight as an arrow, and that goes all the way into the boundary for 4 runs. Last delivery, and finishes the over with a dot ball. 5 runs from this particular over, 37 for naught after 6 overs. Jean-Paul continue false start. We'll have to get back and re-bowl that. And Ali, the captain, will be on strike. 18 of 23. Didn't get a chance with the bat previously when they were playing Team Ghana. And this time round, giving himself a chance. 18 of 24 is good enough to give Nigeria something, to give Nigeria the foundation. 43 more runs needed. Beautifully done, beautifully played. In the deep finds Quizera Fabrice. And they will settle for just a double. The placement looks beautiful. Jean-Paul Rukundo to continue. That should be going down the leg. Dot ball after dot ball. Having conceded 18 runs is Rukundo. Pace off delivery. More and more dot balls is Ali Raymond. Very good player going forward. As in, he makes sure he waits for that loose ball. Too full, driven down the ground, and he will get a single from that. He's even very capable of the strike rotation itself. Can get you a boundary at any given time. As well as Kenneth Boniface as well, right there in the middle order. He will also be able to come in if Rwanda manages to get a breakthrough. Now, into the 40s, 40 for not after 7, as David makes his way back into an appeal. The umpire nodding his head, not interested. David getting back quickly to not waste time, keep putting pressure on the batters. Going down on one knee, goes for a sweep. And Mugisha, Bruce does the fielding, allows them to just pick up a single. Hits it hard and hard enough to get to the boundary. 4 runs it is from Hosanna Omonkobio. Down the leg and deposits that into the boundary. 4 runs added to the total, 45 now. And 35 more runs needed from so many overs left. Locks on the back foot. And Onesme into the covers. Five runs conceded to make it 10 in the over. Having bowled 2 overs so far. Beautiful looking delivery that goes into the hands. Eight overs done, 45 for no loss. Jean-Paul to get back into the attack, bowling his fifth over. Pace-off delivery is Jean-Paul Rukundo, varying the pace. Jean-Paul Rukundo varying the pace, and that is positive. And it is beautifully done, having bowled 4.3. And beautifully done. Well timed. Driven down the ground for a single. Cleans him over. And a broken stamp. Jean-Paul Rukundo gets the last laugh. It is Omokobio who will have to depart as Team Rwanda gets a breakthrough. And Jean-Paul Rukundo will have to go home with his broken stamp. Look at that, beautifully done. Getting back inside into the batter. And Nigeria 46 for 1 after 8.5 overs. Last delivery as Andrew Abba joins Ali Raymond. And over number 9, done, 46 for 1. Hit hard, finding square leg fielder is Cedric Chizuzo as David makes his way back into the attack. That is driven nicely down the ground. Same field, long off in place, as well as deep extra cover. Hits it straight to Jasper Nziza at mid-wicket region. Gets nothing, and what an over this is turning out to be. Just one run from this, with one more delivery to complete the over. And can David finish the over with a dot, with a wicket, or runs? Dot ball it will be. And to end over number 10, 47 for 1, it is the end of the power play. Samuel Haisibwe, 24 fours on his name, Jasper 17, with Kenneth Boniface leading the sixes, the maximums with 7 of them, Cedric Kuzuzo with 4, Jasper 4, Patrick Iradukunda and Robert Owili 3 sixes apiece. Yozo Elise being brought into the attack from the pavilion end, and the captain Ali will be on strike. Cleans him over. It is the first delivery. The first delivery, Elise Yozo, and gets a breakthrough. This time round, the big wicket of the captain. Look at that. Ball turning back into the batter and through the gate, and the Timbers are scattered. 47 for 2 after 10.1 overs. The captain will have to depart. Peculiar joins Andrew Abba. Rwanda pushing so hard. The captain and a dot ball to Peculiar, who just came in. Dot ball looking for that nick behind the stumps is Samuel Irakoze. And beautifully done. Fielding from his own bowling is Gihozo, claiming the player of the match award on the first game against Mozambique. Cuts that one, erases all the way. Gilles Mugisha in the dip and saves 2 runs, and they will settle for just a double. And offering width, of course, you can only expect the batters to free their arms trying to access point region, trying to sneak in some boundaries as well. Hit powerfully. The bowler, Cedric, not collecting that particular ball at once, giving away a single. And Nigerians into the 50s. 50 for 2 after 11. As David comes back to bowl from the airport end, as Uganda cruise now on 221 for 5 with a praise Mill Ali on 78 of 109 balls, 221 for 5 in 44.2 overs. And on the other side, that beats everyone, and there will be extras. Three wides adding to the total. And to make it 56, 6 more deliveries to come, with Sierra Leone under 19 men's winning the game by 8 wickets, chasing the total in just 13 overs. An appeal, the umpire nodding his head, not interested. And Peculiar this time round trying to take on David. And Gilles not collecting the ball at once, but the batters did manage to go through, did manage to run. Opts to go down on one knee, goes for a sweep, and successfully gets a boundary. That is a very well intended shot. Peculiar gets a boundary on his name. 7 runs in this particular over, with 3 more deliveries to come, and 23 more runs are needed for Team Nigeria to go home with the second win. And Rwanda, all Rwanda need is wickets. Trying to access fine leg region, gets a single from that, and David not contributing big time, having conceded 19 runs so far. And Andrew Abba yet to get off the mark, and this time round he gets off the mark with a single, and the single will take us to the end of over number 12, 59 for 2. Alia Kamara from Sierra Leone with 8 wickets is the leading wicket taker in the tournament so far, with Stanley Carlson from Team Ghana with 7 of them. And of course, it will be 3 teams to qualify to Division 1, finding Kenya, Namibia, as well as Tanzania, who recently played at the World Cup. And take a look at that. That races all the way, and it goes through a boundary. It will be into the 60s now, is Team Nigeria. And Andruba will get a boundary on his name. Look at that. Not the best of the deliveries. The ball turning and coming inside the batter. This time round, it goes down the leg, and it gets the treatment it deserves into the vacant area, and a boundary, 4 runs. And gets back nicely with a dot ball. And Nigeria mentioning at the toss that they are trying to go home with a win. And the win, of course, will give them a chance. Will give them a chance to keep the proceedings going, as each team will be remaining with 2 games. And tomorrow's encounters will decide on who qualifies, who still has the chance. And guess what? Gyozo Elise gets another, as Nigerians lose their third. It is Andrew Abba, who will have to depart. Look at that. Through the gate, goes across the line. And Gyozo Elise will have to register his second wicket, having conceded only 7 runs, picked up 2, including that previous wicket. As we see, Kenneth Boniface comes in to bat. And the total moves to 63 for 3 after 12.5 overs. 17 more runs needed from 223 balls. So many balls, but again, how long will it take Nigeria to get the 17 runs? Can Team Rwanda keep getting wickets? Can Nigeria finish things early, right before the drinks break and a lunch break? We can only wait and find out. It is still Elise Gihozo to bowl the last delivery of over number 13. And beautifully done. Applause from Team Nigerian's dugout. Kenneth Boniface yet to get off the mark, 63 for 3 after 13 overs. Mugisha is at a Bruce to get back into the attack. And starts off with a dotted delivery. Mugisha Bruce, a chance, an opportunity, and went begging just like that. It was the easiest of the catches. Easiest of the catches, but the opportunity went begging just like that. And it was Eric Hagenimana. And just to confirm, the umpire signals a maximum. Lovely shot. Which I feel Eric would have taken that really. He was few steps in and didn't give himself a chance to grab that opportunity. 69, pardon, into the 70s now for 3. 2 more deliveries to come. with 10 more runs to win for Team Nigeria. As Kenneth Boniface comes on strike, yet to get off the mark. And of course, looking very composed, they are in no rush whatsoever. They have what it takes to give them, to give themselves a win. Just 10 runs. Everything is always very possible when you're doing sports and cricket to be specific. But all Rwanda need is wickets. Still having 7 wickets in hand. And after 14 overs, 70 runs on board after the loss of 3 wickets. New bowler introduced into the attack from the pavilion end, Jules Mugisha. With third man in place, as well as long one. Too short and pulled away. Ball is racing away, but Elise Gihozo will do the fielding in the dip. Saves 2 runs for the team. And Gilles giving away a double. Bowling it a bit short, but there is no cow corner in place, deep mid wicket. And for sure gets a single from that particular region. There is a mid wicket fielder, deep mid wicket in place. With 7 more runs needed. How long will it take the Nigerians to get the 7 runs? Gilles to bowl his third delivery. Wide ball it will be. More and more extras coming in for Team Nigeria. Jules bowling 2 of them in the over, with 3 more deliveries to come, having conceded so many runs in the over. 6 runs, and Team Nigeria needing only 4 runs from so many balls, 213. Can they end things off in style in this particular over? As Gilles runs in to bowl the 4th delivery. Loud appeal on that particular delivery. And actually haven't seen so many LBW dismissals in this particular tournament. The batters are trying so hard. Of course, more and more bold dismissals, caught dismissals, and some runouts. Beautifully done, well guided by Peculiar, who is on 18. Should be 19 off 19, 100% strike rate. And to end over number 15, the score reads 77 for 3, with 3 more runs needed to win for Team Nigeria. And Gihozo Elise, after picking up those 2 wickets, he will be given the ball to bowl over number 16. An appeal not given, and they will get a single. They will get a single from that. Two more runs needed by the Nigerians to go home with a smiling face, with a win. And will it take them more overs to get 2 runs, or this particular over? And Kenneth Boniface responds with a maximum. Beautifully done, the treatment. Look at that. Beautiful looking shot. And that goes all the way to the side screen for a maximum, as Nigeria winning the game by 7 wickets. And what a way for Team Nigeria to go home happy, to go home with a big win of the day against Team Rwanda, who were yet to lose a game in the tournament in the morning before this particular encounter starts. And this time round, Nigeria winning by 7 wickets. It is now batting scorecard for Team Nigeria, 24 of 38, the captain, Ali Rahman. 18 of 19 was Hosanna Omonkobio. And the unbeaten Peculiar, 19 of 21 maximum, one boundary. Kenneth Boniface finishing things off in style with a maximum. 11 is the number of extras bowled by the Rwandans. And Elise Giozo picking up 2 wickets. 13 runs is what he conceded in his 2.2 overs. Jean-Paul Rukundo picking up 1 wicket, conceding 20 runs and bowling 5 overs. And that was it for the day, as today's encounter being Nigeria, who goes home with a victory and winning the game by 7 wickets. And we'll be back shortly at the post-match presentation.
Respect. 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 Respect.
Very welcome to the post-match presentation. The game between Rwanda and Nigeria. Rwanda winning the toss in the morning and opting to bat first, posting 79 all out, and for sure Nigeria came up on the chase and managing 83 for 3. And to go on, I'll have to have a word with the losing captain. Jasper, please come up. And Jasper, hard luck on your game. And again, talking about 2:50 in the morning at the toss. What went through, and what did you? What do you think that you would go on and do next time?
What we'll do next time is to break partnership, because 2 wickets down in power play, and from the power play until 22 overs, we lose maybe 6 wickets. So we need to break partnership, like a 15 overs partnership, I think.
Yeah, and Jasper, all the very best in your future games. Raymond, please come up. Congratulations on today's win.
Thank you.
And now that the toss didn't work in your favor, but you came up with the ball and did so well, what would you have to add on to that?
Yeah, we did a very good job restricting them to 80 runs all out. I feel we should have done a bit better, because we bowled a lot of extras in the first 10 overs. Maybe 60, 50 runs would have been good.
And going forward tomorrow, what is your take?
Yeah, whatever comes our way, whether batting or bowling, we go all out. That's just it.
And all the very best, skipper.
Thank you.
And to hand over the player of the match award will be the third umpire, Foster Mutizwa, and the player of the match will be Kenneth Boniface. 6 overs and picked up 3 wickets. And Kenneth, congratulations on your player of the match award, to make it 2 in 2. And what's your take? What do you think that you did so well that to restrict Rwanda to 79?
I think I try to just work with the keeper, talk to him and work to my fielder, because if they are down, mostly the pressure will be up. So talk to them, whether we miss or any bad thing, we have to talk to them and encourage them. That's the main thing.
And going forward in the 2 remaining fixtures, what are you guys looking forward to?
Just looking forward to just take it easy and win the remaining 2 games. That's all.
And all the very best, and win more player of the match awards.
Thank you so much.
Right, that was it, and Nigeria goes home with a win by 7 wickets.